On today's episode of the Views from Section 400 podcast, it's all football. NFL Week 10. The Giants and Jaguars suck. Brian Daboll got fired. Everything stinks. At least Matt's Eagles didn't win yet. Talk about it all. See you guys soon.
And just like that, we're back.
A16, turn me up.
Well, welcome into today's episode of the Views from Section 400 podcast. Today is 11/11. And you just said it, Jack. You might want to make a wish because the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's not going well.
No.
That's putting it nicely.
I mean, look, with the way that we started this season, this is very disappointing. Very disappointing. I mean, you go into the season, I don't expect to sweep the Texans. You asked me till the third quarter of that football game, yes, I expected to sweep the Texans. I don't understand how we collapsed. I mean, I do, but it just should not have happened. And it really took all three phases messing it up down the stretch. I mean, we started this game phenomenally and had a 19-point lead with a quarter left of football to go. That is good work. It is. Obviously, it comes down to the fourth quarter and finishing the game, but the first three quarters – Parker Washington having himself a day, 2 touchdowns. The running game got going. They couldn't run the football. They couldn't complete a pass either. I mean, we were doing really well to start that football game. But you get down to it, that fourth quarter, man, offense didn't have a first down, could not sustain a drive. The defense was on the field legitimately the entire fourth quarter. Special teams, issues there too with big returns. Just couldn't get Cam Little a shot at the end of the game because of the penalties, which have been a problem since week one. A lot of things just came to an absolute cluster at the last quarter, and we lost the football game. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I think you made history twice. It's not only a scoregami, but I'm pretty confidently going to say the Jaguars are now the only team and will be the only team ever to lose to Jake Browning and Davis Mills in the same season.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty specific, but yeah, I think you're right about that.
Specifically bad.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Browning, 3 games this season, calling it a year. Joe Flacco comes in. I think that one is locked in, Brian.
Yeah, there's a lot I want to say about this, but I honestly felt bad watching this unfold on Sunday because I knew how depressed you would be on Sunday and how depressed you would be as we recorded this podcast on Monday.
Yeah, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be talking ball right now. I'm honestly kind of glad that YouTube TV is screwing me and not letting me watch this Monday Night Football game because I'm just so footballed out right now. Auburn can't get it right. The Jaguars just so disappointing. I'll start watching golf, Matt. I'll do it. I'll start watching golf.
Had a nice weekend on the PGA and DP World Tour for those who follow that. But I mean, I'm not going to kick you while you're down, Jack. I'm not going to, I don't need to go into what went wrong for the Jaguars. Liam Cohen at the end of the game throwing his Gronk spiking his headset.
I respected that move.
When the assistant had his hand out to give him the headphone, and he just Gronk spiked it, I think sums up Jaguar Nation, Duval County, the locker room, the coaching staff, the GM, the owner, everybody's frustration. You should have never lost that game. You have that big of a lead against Davis Mills, whatever the hell the guy's name is. It's inexcusable. Should never happen. If you want to be a legitimate team out of the AFC South, number one, if you want to be a legitimate contender out of the AFC, that cannot happen. And they were there, and you know, it just it blew up.
No, and it's crazy how history repeats itself and patterns just always exist. But this is just a Jaguars thing. When we're in a big game, you know, divisional game against the Texans in their place, big game. You know, we have a chance to put them away and basically kill their season in Houston. That would have been momentous. We jump out and we have a phenomenal start to the game. We're in command. But it's not over. You got to play the full 4 quarters. It's a lot like that Patriots AFC Championship. We're out to a huge lead, tried to switch the game plan up, milk the clock, you know, just get to the 0-0s on the clock with a lead and win. And we can't do that properly. So we need to go up. Honestly, I want to see us do what I saw the Seahawks do, you know, just a few hours after that Jaguars loss. They went out and they put up 40 points in the first half on the Cardinals. They said, yeah, you know what? And I don't even know what they
That
really
was
looked
more
like
the Cardinals than the Seahawks. Sam Darnold had one of the worst games in the last 3 years he's played, and they still put up 50 points.
He didn't need to do much, but that's what you need to do. You need to put up 45, 50 points in the first half, and then you can go into the whole, yeah, let's milk the clock, change up the game plan. But while we have the foot, like, you know, keep the foot on their throat. 19 points is clearly not enough. I mean, everyone can tell you that knows the National Football League. 3 touchdowns is not enough, but it's just ridiculous.
Is Cam Little broken again?
No.
Okay.
He had a great game.
Look, he had some iffy kicks.
Did he miss
had
a field goal?
No.
He almost did.
Look,
He didn't he didn't miss it. I'm like, where's this coming from? He didn't miss a field goal. We couldn't get him an opportunity at the end of the game. That was the real shame. I mean, you know, we have someone. I got a text from someone. It's like the Jaguars' field goal, like, you know, target line is literally the 50-yard line. Like, yeah,
that was Will.
That's what we got. That's what we got in Cam Little.
It makes it that much more disappointing that they don't get a shot at the end. Plenty of time left. You know,
There wasn't plenty of time left. We did execute the play outside of our right tackle.
There was plenty of time to at least put yourself to a shot.
Well, and that's what happened. I mean, we threw the out of bounds. We got the play to Travis Etienne down the sideline, out of bounds with like 7 seconds left, and then we had to rerun the play because we had a freaking hands to the face that they called on one of our offensive linemen. Just wasn't even in the play either. It just, I mean, summed up the game. Even when we do things right, something goes wrong.
Jack, you know, I ask week to week, and this will be my final question. I got to ask because I'm always curious, and I'm like, I have like a calendar of a countdown.
I was going to stay away from it, but
a week to week countdown. No, it's not going to be. I'm just, you know, what percentage of the blame is this loss on Trevor Lawrence?
You know,
it's just a question, man.
No, everyone always wants to blame Trevor, and I'm always defending him. And, you know, I feel I am. And look, overall, this whole season, I have taken a step down on my love for Trevor Lawrence. I will say that. However,
wow,
I cannot really blame this loss on him, and here's why. He's got.
Did they get a first down in the fourth quarter?
No, they did not. They did not get a first down.
It seems like a good quarterback should get at least one first down in the fourth quarter.
Look, he's playing without our starting guys. I mean, simple as that. We've got a broken offensive line, you know, guys coming in there. We've got BTJ out. We've got Travis Hunter out. We've got Jacoby Myers in his first game with us. You know, I said Parker Washington, he had himself a game, but you know, we don't have our starting 2 tight ends. Both of them were out. We're working with 3rd and 4th string tight ends. Like, it's just not a good ecosystem for Trevor. It's really not. And he still was able to do really well. 29 points should be enough to win a football game. Okay? Let's not like try and put this on Trevor because it's really not.
And that's where it gets confusing.
Like, yes, it would have been
put it on him.
It would have been
just
great.
Ask the question.
I know. This is more to Brian right now. Like, yes, it would have been great if we got a first down in the fourth quarter, but it didn't happen. And is that on Trevor? Partially. Also partially no, because there were penalties. There were drop passes, as always. It's really, really not fair to put a lot of this on him.
That's all fine, but you can't keep making excuses about him not having guys to throw to. 65-year-old Russell Wilson scored points throwing to Devin Singletary and Theo Johnson with a head coach that just got fired in the fourth quarter. Like, you can do – if you're a good quarterback in the NFL, you should be able to score points. Whoever you're throwing the ball to.
I mean, yeah, but Brian, you're talking the Giants play the Texans defense, the on paper and by my eyes too, the best defense in the NFL right now.
The Texans defense is not the best defense in the NFL.
Look up some stats, Brian. Mr.
I think they're
Statman.
up there best in
There's
football.
no doubt it's the Broncos and the Houston Texans. Like,
Texans
no
have
doubt.
done a nice job on defense this year, and
They have a
I
good
feel like calling
Brian,
best
you
defense
can't
can
name me 5 defenses that are better than the Texans. I don't think you can name me 3.
probably not, maybe 3. You'd have to start nitpicking though.
I'd take the Chargers defense over the Texans defense right now.
Stop it.
Would you take the Chiefs over the Texans?
It's close.
That's close.
That is close.
Eagles over the Texans after what they did at the deadline?
Eagles with the acquisitions, I think it's close.
We'll see what happens tonight, right?
Well, Jair Alexander out, but
Packers, I'd probably take over the Texans.
reloaded Ravens.
The Ravens, I wouldn't. I
I'm
would
just
not
joking.
take.
I'm joking.
I think I'd take the Packers, the Broncos, and the Chargers. You went 3. I'd take those 3. But the Texans it's a good defense.
I give you the Broncos, and that's it.
I think that's not taking anything away with it. Look, I just simply asked the question because I think you both are right? Jack, absolutely. The excuses are there. Lawrence doesn't have a lot of help, but at the same time, it's like how long
it is getting
how many
exhausting.
times exactly for you. I'm concerned about your mental health. I mean, how many times can you go to the excuse well of just finding reasons at some point? And Brian is, I think, correct. I think Russell Wilson's probably not the greatest example to use, but I think there is truth to that in saying, look, if you're Trevor Lawrence, you're how many years into this thing? I get it. You're rotating coaches and this and that and players, whatever. But if you're a good quarterback who just knows how to find a way, has that winning edge, winner mentality, I don't think we kind of just see this recycle season after recycle season of creating excuses for the guy.
And you're not wrong, Matt. But I'm peeved at Brian right now because using the Russell Wilson, man, like
Why? If
you played the Bears, you played the Chicago Bears. They give up 50 points to Joe Flacco last week. Like, don't try and tell me that they're anywhere in the same stratosphere as the Houston Texans.
I put
defense.
it in 1 week. Dude, we're getting to the point now. I mean, we'll finally get to that point because they're not going to fire Liam Cohen before they get rid of Trevor Lawrence. So you can only go through so many head coaches before you look at the problem and say it might be the quarterback, not the head coaching. Right. So I'm not. Okay, I'm not.
But why are we trying to put it on Trevor in a 29-point game that he had? We could have been 30 if we just decided to kick the extra point later on. But we went for it for 2.
It's not putting it on. Here's exactly what it is. Here's exactly what it is.
We have the least amount of sacks, best defensive line, least amount of sacks in the league. You think that helps? No,
Here's
it
what
doesn't.
It is, Jack. I'll tell you right here, at least from the outside looking in. And honestly, I'm surprised it's not from Jaguar Nation as well. Trevor Lawrence fatigue. That's what it is. Trevor Lawrence fatigue. How many more times, how many more years, how many more games? Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but it's fatigue at this point, man. And again, if they want to keep rolling the dice with the guy, sure. But for me, it's Lawrence fatigue. And I don't think there's – I don't know. I'll leave it at that. I won't kill the guy too much.
Can't lose to Davis Mills. I don't care if it's the 2000 Ravens defense with Davis Mills. You can't lose to Davis Mills.
That for me is why I get it. He put up 29 points. The defense didn't help him. Collapse, whatever. Can't lose to Davis Mills, man.
I mean, look,
He did.
it happens. Well, we lose
happens.
to Davis Mills. We lose to Jake Browning.
I think it's
Brian's
How
team.
often
Brian's
does it
team loses to
happen, though?
Mac Jones. Your team lost to Mac Jones, Brian.
Yeah.
look, losses happen. Losses
Mac
happen.
Jones wins
absolutely.
games in the NFL.
Losses
Your
happen.
team lost to Spencer Rattler. Does he win games in the NFL?
No, I'm not
No.
trying to tell you the Giants are a good football team.
Trying to act like Russell Wilson's a fucking godsend over here.
I hate Russell Wilson. I mean, that should tell you enough. I'm putting him in the same sentence as Trevor Lawrence.
Which is ridiculous.
Trevor Lawrence is better than Russell Wilson.
He is.
You can have that.
But he didn't show it on Sunday.
Ridiculous I had to say that.
I don't think he did. I mean, look, 13 of 23, 150 yards, a touchdown and a pick against. It's not against Davis Mills because the Texans defense is good. But, like, dude, when Mills almost throws for 300 yards, and that's what, I don't know. We're just going to go in circles and circles.
Yeah, it's Trevor Lawrence's fault when he fucking throws for 300 yards.
For me, it's Trevor Lawrence fatigue.
Is
You're
it
getting the same. You're moving pieces around all around the puzzle, all around everywhere, and keeping Lawrence, and nothing's changing. What do you have to lose moving on for Trevor Lawrence? Nothing.
There are a lot
There's
of
nothing.
teams. Dude, we're a 5-4 football team. He beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football not that long ago. Like, we're not that far away. There's definitely a clear lack of talent at certain places around the roster, and it does not start with Trevor Lawrence. Let's get him a competent offensive line. Let's get him a receiver who stays healthy. Let's get a tight end that stays healthy. Let's get a defense who can get a sack. How about we get a safety that's not low-key a charity project?
This sounds so much like me with Daniel Jones, dude. And I know time's a flat circle, and I always bring this up, but this is what it is.
And look how he's doing it on another team. Okay, there was a clear lack of talent. There's a clear lack of talent around him. Yeah, you put Trevor Lawrence with a little more talent around him, it's going to look a lot different. So, yeah, I'm holding steady with Trevor. I think it's ridiculous that we're trying to pin this loss on him right now. Does he have a hand in it? Yes. You need to elevate your offense, get downs late in the game. Penalties don't let you do that. Some justified, some not. So it is what it is. There's a lot of things you can point and look at.
I got you, and I agree. We're gonna go.
There's your 15 minutes of Jaguars football, man.
We're just trying to open your eyes, Jack, as the outsiders, so that you don't keep getting crushed by this guy.
I started this off with where I came into the season. I have dropped down on my love for Trevor Lawrence. I will admit it. I don't know why I'm admitting it, but I am.
I think it takes a lot, and I find that admirable.
Thank you.
You're able to come on and do that.
I appreciate that, Matt.
Congrats to you.
It took a lot to, saying that.
Finally waking up slightly, not fully, slightly.
Slightly. But,
and that's okay.
But at the same time, it's okay. But
it's okay to wake up and realize
it can still go back up.
It absolutely can.
Because there's no doubt the physical talents are there. It comes down to the mental and being able to progress and
mental and having
plays.
Like the winner's edge. And again, it's not trying to kill. He's
the
a great guy,
the attitude,
God-fearing guy, great in the community, family man, the whole thing, all the intangibles that you want off the field. Yes, 1,000%. A role model to the 10th degree. Absolutely. But you need both in the National Football League. And to be honest, you need the on the field more than you need the role model in this day and age of the NFL. And
no, he's got it all except for the Tom Brady killer mentality.
Killer mentality.
Or the accuracy, arm strength, football IQ.
Football IQ is what we're talking about.
It comes off as we're football
IQ and
killer. The accuracy and the arm strength. I think you need to get your eyes checked out or stop talking on Jaguar football if you don't actually watch Jaguar football because
He missed a lot of throws in that fourth quarter.
He's not
throwing a lot of interceptions.
Bro, he threw one I cannot believe we're still doing this. He threw one interception in this game.
Every game.
To Derek Stingley, who is a top 2-3 cornerback in the league, and it was an insane interception. Was it a bad throw? Yes.
Tight end. Why are you throwing to? He's throwing a pick every game, Jack.
Hasn't thrown a pick in every game.
Essentially every game. What was he throwing? Like he's had one clean sheet, 2.
Trying to slander my quarterback, Brian. Move on.
Okay, fine. We can move on and slander my Giants. They fired Brian Daboll. Jackson Dart got concussed. Turns out when you break all the rushing records about rookie quarterbacks, you're probably going to get concussed. He has more rushing touchdowns this year than Christian McCaffrey, Devon Achane, Bijan Robinson, Kyron Williams, Ashton Genty. He tied Cam Newton for the most rushing touchdowns in his first 7 career starts. And then he got concussed.
Yeah, we expected this to happen.
Yeah, it was always going to happen.
Him and Cam Scatterbo both out. We predicted that. I mean,
it was like the first thing we said.
The Cam Scatterbo injury was a freak accident.
But it was always going to happen.
But it was going to happen. Whether it was the ankle or a knee or an elbow, it was going to happen.
It was always going down.
The head was going to happen. I don't know about the knee with the way he runs. But yeah, I'll give you Dart. And that's probably part of the reason they fired Daboll, because they said, hey, this kid can throw. Maybe don't run him into the ground. Daboll now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, nothing.
Yeah, this is the 3rd straight Giants head coach to get fired after a road loss to the Bears, which is kind of, I guess that's where John Mara draws the line. So you can't lose to the Bears, and then you can.
Something about the Windy City.
Yeah. I think obviously a coincidence, but it's just all the leads that they blew. I mean, it'd be a 500 football team or at least close to a 500 football team if they didn't. Was the Cowboys game listed in that blown?
It was, but I still don't really understand.
That was kind of more back and forth, but
yeah, that one.
If they win that game and then all the others, I mean, they're. Not that they're right there, but Daboll still has a job.
Yeah, the win probability was high in the Cowboys game because there's like 30 seconds left, and then Aubrey hit that 70-yard field goal, 65-yard field goal. So that one's kind of like skewed. But yeah, they've blown these leads, and that's probably the defense's fault more than it is Brian Daboll's fault. I don't know why Shane Bowen wasn't fired with Daboll, but they're going to keep Joe Schmo. He's going to lead the coaching search. Sure, that'll go well.
Which is interesting because they both came in from the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Schmo stays and Daboll's gone. Do they hire internally or do they go out to the rest of the league?
I mean, it's a pretty attractive job. I would think they could find somebody good. Get young Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors. Get a good D-line to inherit.
Good D-line. And decent draft capital next year?
And cap space. Yeah, it should be a fun job.
It's not. There's worse jobs out there for sure.
I don't know, man. It sounds like a good opportunity for Lane Kiffin.
That's what I mean. A lot of people are saying that's kind of a. Yeah, I've seen that on a lot of. I mean, as a lot of people, it's like these fan Giants podcasts, and I keep seeing Lane Kiffin come up. It's not going to happen, but it'd be cool.
What's
I mean, I hope Giants fans are joking with that one. I think
a lot of them are serious.
I don't think that'd work out very well. I don't think he'd be. Can you imagine like Mike Vrabel like going to shake his hand after a game, like in the center of the field? I can't. Vrabel would be like, "What the fuck am I doing here? What a waste of time."
Hate him. I think Lane Kiffin's one of the few college coaches that could actually exist in the NFL. I know it didn't go well with the Raiders, but that was also the Davis family just never really giving him a chance. But Kiffin seems like a laid-back dude enough where he's not like an Urban Meyer or a Bill Belichick where you're going to coach like I guess Bill Belichick's a bad example. Urban Meyer or other NFL head coaches that have made the leap.
Look, there are I can't believe you put those two guys in the same sentence.
Well, they both tragically failed in opposite directions. I guess Nick Saban would be better to go with Urban Meyer going up to the NFL, but Lane Kiffin doesn't coach in the same way where he's going to drill professional athletes into the ground and expect them to act like college kids would. You can't do that in college anymore because of the transfer portal. Lane Kiffin's not coming to the New York Giants.
Why would he?
He
What's
might come to the Young Tigers though.
I don't think so either. What's James Franklin up to?
You think James Franklin coaches the Giants?
He needs a job.
I'm gonna say Brian Kelly next.
How hilarious would that be?
Oh my God, I would love it if they hired Brian Kelly.
No, James Franklin would be way funnier.
Either one would be
Way
hilarious.
more funny. I hope they hire just some Joe
dog
Judge,
shit.
like special teams coordinator, like no on nobody's radar.
I think a dark horse might be a Gruden.
Oh my gosh, that would also be hilarious.
Would be pretty hilarious. He loved Jackson Dart in that.
It would be
pre-draft.
funny, but I don't think Gruden would be like the end of the world hire.
Yeah, I would like Gruden. I want them to hire, I would say, an offensive-minded guy, but that's what Daboll was. So I really don't know. Just don't screw this up. And with Joe Schmo's track record, they will screw it up.
Yeah, I don't even know. We can revisit this in March when the next league year opens up. That's probably when they'll pick a new coach, no?
Yeah, I would have to think it's not till the offseason.
Yeah, and I would think they'll be the first team to really fill that because they got to be the most attractive job once everyone else gets fired because McDaniel will be gone.
Is McDaniel going to be gone?
He'll be gone. He has to.
Should we do a little who's going to be there at the end of the year segment?
I mean, just quickly going through, I've been calling for the guy's head for years. You guys love him. I don't know how Kevin Stefanski still has a job. You guys, for whatever reason, make excuses for him. Jack's already got one ready to go. What have the Browns done? Nothing.
It's a hard division.
All right, run it back with Stefanski then.
They haven't had a quarterback.
They really haven't had a quarterback.
And maybe that's part
falls
of him.
on the coach.
Yeah, it might fall on the coach. It might fall on the GM. I'm not too sure about
I think there's a
that.
direction now. I mean, he came out in the press conference that they're going to stick with Dylan Gabriel for the rest of the year. I think is code for, we're just going to tank the rest of this year. Which, okay, but they've been doing that. Like, he was like, how
Well,
I've never seen a coach get this much of him and Zach Taylor, whatever his name is, the Bengals, same division. I've never seen a leash like this.
Yeah, I don't.
Taylor,
I have way less faith in Zach Taylor. Than I do
Zach
Kevin
Taylor
Stefanski.
deserves to be.
No, he injuries. Another year.
He should be gone. Kevin Stefanski,
You
guess
love him. I
maybe-
know. You and Jack, for whatever reason, love Kevin Stefanski. And it's fascinatingly wild, the love for Stefanski.
I think he's a good coach.
Track record says he isn't.
I mean,
he
he's
wins games with these terrible teams, and
that's what I was gonna say.
Does
He's
he?
put together. He's
Beat the
put together a
Packers.
decent track record given like the teams that he has, and it's a quarterback league. It's an offensive league, and he hasn't had that.
I just think there's a lot of excuses for the guy.
I mean, even when they had like prime Nick Chubb, and like that was the heart of their offense. They couldn't get the quarterback.
I don't know.
right.
At some point, does it just like, hey, maybe we just need a fresh perspective?
Yeah. No, there's definitely a time.
Like, you
for
can
that.
be a good. We see coaches get fired and go and do nice things.
Is it Dennis Allen with the Saints right now?
Yeah.
No.
No.
it's Kellen Moore.
It's Kellen Moore. It was Dennis
Kellen Moore.
Allen.
He
was the
won't be
last
fired.
coach. No,
Is he?
he won't be
No,
fired.
they started Spencer Rattler for half the year.
Yeah.
This
well,
was always a tank year.
I was just trying to think, like, at least a lot of the jobs of teams that drafted a quarterback this year could be open if Stefanski gets fired. like you want. And
I
then
mean,
the Titans have an opening, the
I'm
Giants have
just
an
like,
opening.
dude, for me, looking at the Browns, and like, I'm sure there's people who are like, Stefanski's not the problem. He's a great mind, great coach, this and that. But I think there's also like the fresh perspective aspect that I just mentioned of, you know, I like go get somebody else with a different mind. Like you're not winning with the guy. Sure, it might not be entirely his fault, but you drafted, you got Gabriel, you had Joe Flacco, who I don't know what he would have done. Shador Sanders is there, which I think they're letting wait in the wings and will probably be the starter next year. I would have to guess. And I think you go Shador next year, you load up on some talent, get another wide receiver to pair with Jerry Jeudy. You have David Njoku, and don't they have Fannin, the other tight end? Like there's pieces there. Quinshon Judkins is an elite running back prospect at the minimum, and has shown to be able to play and be the bell cow workhorse back. So there's pieces there. The offensive line isn't that bad if the guy's rushing for 70, 80, 90 plus yards a week. Get a receiver to pair with Jerry Jeudy. The defense isn't the end of the world. You have the best defensive player in football, Myles Garrett. Like you go for try and win next year with Shador. But how much longer can Stefanski get the leash? And if you have an athletic quarterback like Shador Sanders, a guy who's supposed to be a little bit flashy, is Stefanski the guy you want to pair him with? No. Stefanski is run.
That's the point that I can understand moving on with Stefanski. If your plan is to start Shador Sanders and try and be a new age, throw the football around the field, spread offense kind of thing, if that's what your goal is,
He doesn't really do that though.
Who?
Shador. He doesn't have a great arm.
Yeah,
not very fast.
Run around, flashy quarterback. He is. He tries to extend play. Might not be that. He tries to go watch his highlight clip. He tries to extend play.
I was going to say, exactly. Like a Mahomes. I'm not saying he's anything like Mahomes, but that's the kind of quarterback he is where he's moving.
Yeah, he's not sitting in the pocket 40 times. Sometimes maybe, sure, but I don't know.
For him to be successful in the NFL, he's not going to be as Matt said, sit in the pocket 40 times a game and throw the ball.
Right.
No, but
Stefanski isn't the coach to. I don't know. Stefanski's the old school stack the offensive line, double tight end, run the ball between the tackles and ground and pound, which is fine and it can be successful, but you're not putting the players like you need a Joe Flacco. Like go draft Mendoza next year. That should be your quarterback if that's what you're looking to do. Not Shador Sanders, who I think is a little more flashy than Brian thinks. Brian thinks he's a pocket passer, and that's fine, but we'll see.
Not that he's a pocket passer. He's just, I don't want to call him a Travis Hunter merchant, but he would run around because his offensive line sucked and then throw it 10 yards down the field to Jimmy Horn or Travis Hunter and let them go run for 70 yards after the catch.
But he's still running around scrambling. That's my point.
Yeah, I think that was just more because he kind of had to. Because that Colorado offensive line was dog shit.
He's going to have to.
Is he not going to have to do that in Cleveland?
He's going to have to do that in Cleveland.
But that's not a recipe for success, though.
I know.
It's not a position for him to succeed. Like, that's not part
why
of the
you
equation.
move on from Stefanski. I go back to the original point.
All
right. I don't care.
I don't think you set up an offense, though, for your offensive line to be bad and then have Shador Sanders run for his life and throw up Harold Fannin 5 yards down the field.
Not intentionally, but that's the type of quarterback he is.
It might need to be like that.
Maybe that's why he's not playing right now, because he needs to be a better quarterback than that.
I don't know.
I mean, they're not getting anything out of Dylan Gabriel right now. I don't know how they're going to finish the season as far as are they going to let Shador in and give him some real minutes, but
no,
I think we're just thinking too hard about that. They both just might stink.
I think they both stink, and I think
the Browns might just be really bad.
No, I think they both stink, so they're going to tank, as Matt said, and try and get a quarterback. And yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be a guy that Stefanski likes. I don't think he's leaving.
Good luck, Cleveland.
It was going to go back, and he didn't get a guy he likes in this draft. So I think the Browns are just doomed.
Doomed.
They drafted three quarterbacks, and Stefanski didn't like any of them.
Something like that. I personally think they're letting Shador do a full marinate year and give him the reins next year. Put Jerry Jeudy, the 2 tight ends, and maybe another weapon. Is there a top wide receiver coming out of Ohio State? I think Jeremiah Smith's got another year. Is Cardell Tate
he'll
Tate
be
a
in
wide
the draft.
receiver? No, he won't. I think Cardell Tate has also got another year at Ohio State.
He can go out. He's a junior this year, so he has the option.
You sure?
Yep.
I'd like some confirmation on that. But anyway, I would. What do you have to? I don't know. What do you have to lose? Give Shador the reins for a year, and see what could happen. I don't know what wide receiver prospects are coming out.
Yeah, it's Tate and then the Arizona State kid who keeps on getting mocked to the Giants.
That didn't work out. Or no, I guess who was it? The Tennessee guy they got? Giants.
Hyatt.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
They should just stop drafting wide receivers unless it's a surefire prospect. Unless it's Malik Neighbors.
Like Neighbors.
Tony hasn't worked. Jalen Hyatt didn't work. I guess Odell Beckham worked.
Darius Slayton.
Yeah, he worked.
He was late, 4th round. Slayton
Slayton's
was a
been
hit
there.
for a 4th round pick.
He's been there.
He's been great for a 4th round pick.
See, if that's a good
He's
organization,
been able to keep a job.
For like 7 years.
Yeah, he's been able to keep a job for 7 years. Yes.
assuming he keeps that job for another 6, he's going to be like top 25 all time in Giants receiving yards.
Probably, which is insane. That I don't know. That's all I got on that. The Browns are doomed. The Giants are doomed.
Yeah, we just did like
the Jags aren't doomed yet.
Not
Those
yet.
are the 3 teams we've gotten through so far.
Not yet.
Not
we
yet.
just did like 40 minutes on bad NFL teams. That's what you get up in the nosebleeds.
Yes, that is what you get. All right, let's go to the other side of the NFL. Talk a little NFL MVP. I can't remember if I was hating on it. I just said they weren't going to give it to Jonathon Taylor. There isn't a clear-cut quarterback for me. You can talk Drake May. You can talk Matt Stafford. If there's a year,
to be Stafford,
Jonathon Taylor needs to be the NFL MVP this year. They're going to give him the Offensive Player of the Year, which is a stupid cop-out because this guy has been the MVP of the National Football League.
Yeah, can you imagine losing a fantasy matchup with Jonathon Taylor starting on your team? Couldn't be me.
Wasn't me.
Shout out. I beat my guy Brett this week, and he had Jonathon Taylor starting. So love to see that.
I thought that was one of us.
No,
You said it.
no one in the Views League. The Views League is too sharp for that.
Yeah, way too sharp. I tried to give Brett a boost with Darnold and Montgomery, but they didn't need Darnold this week.
I completely agree with you. Jonathon Taylor, he's down to plus 500. Drake May is the favorite. If the Patriots keep winning, they may give it to him. But Sean McVay really wants Matthew Stafford to win this MVP award. They
passed the ball in 1st and goal just to try and get his passing stats up.
I mean, that's what they've been doing.
It's so clear-cut obvious.
4 touchdowns a game for Stafford at this point.
It's so obvious that they want this guy to be the NFL MVP.
Their best red zone play on 1st and goal is throw up Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Yeah. What else do you need? Dude's one of the best red zone receivers of all time.
But no, for me, plus 500, Jonathon Taylor. It's so stupid. He's got to be, minus 900 for Offensive Player of the Year?
Oh, yeah, I can't even imagine. Because it was JSN was up there, but he's kind of fallen off a cliff. I got to look up those odds. But our guy Coop tweeted today, basically the last 2 times Stafford had a good enough year to win the MVP, Aaron Rodgers stole from him because he would win like 14 games and throw the same amount of touchdowns and have 4 picks. And there's no one even close to doing what Aaron Rodgers did in those 2 seasons. So I think the NFL might want to give it to Matthew Stafford, who, by the way, just got to 500 for the first time in his career. 115 and 1, 231 starts later.
Eli Manning-esque.
I'm giving it to him. As far as right now goes, I know you guys love Jonathon Taylor. I'm still going to give it to him. I'm going to give it to a quarterback, and it's going to be Stafford.
Dude, Taylor has the same amount of rush touchdowns as Josh Allen has passed touchdowns, Jalen Hurts has passed touchdowns, Lamar Jackson has passed touchdowns. And we're 10 games into the year. Like, that's hard to do.
Yeah,
Stafford
yeah,
has
well-
25 pass touchdowns. Taylor has 17 total touchdowns. Like, he's keeping pace.
That's
keeping it
you know
pace.
that's fair, but if we want to use a little bit of context, Lamar's been hurt, and the other two quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, have two of the best run games behind them. So, kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but like the top five, so Stafford is 25 and Goff is 20. And then everyone else in the top five is like 18, 19, 17. And he's got 17 total touchdowns.
It's impressive. It's definitely impressive. I'm not trying to take away from JT. I'm just telling you,
extremely impressive.
my MVP right now is Matthew Stafford.
He's on pace for 29 total touchdowns. If he can get to 33,
He's got 2 games against the Jaguars coming up.
that's the line in football.
We'll see how it goes.
No, man. I mean, you watch Saquon Barkley's MVP-esque season last year, thinking, "Hey, we're not gonna, how do you top that?" And I'm just excited to see where we're seeing somebody top it. They're coming damn near close. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out.
Daniel Jones starting to turn back into Daniel Jones, though. He had 3 fumbles, recovered them all in this game. Didn't cost him. We'll see if the Colts can.
That doesn't
survive
show up on the stat sheet, Brian. That does not show up on the stat sheet.
He was getting killed, dude. He had a bloody lip in the overtime of that game.
That
Making some-
circulated social media. Thought it was going to be the next meme, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, this is the second straight week he has not necessarily impressed. They still end up getting the win because of Jonathon Taylor, but
And Tyler Warren, that 4th down catch.
yeah, he's a
Massive.
beast. He is absolutely a beast. I know Colson Loveland won the Bears that game the other day against the Bengals with that incredible walk-off touchdown that he had, but Tyler Warren just by all means has looked like the better tight end to start the season.
I think they're both very good, but Tyler Warren, he was the correct. One of those things that was so obvious on draft night. I don't know why the Bears over.
Ben Johnson.
First year head coach, wanted to get his guy, be the big brain in the room. I mean, you see it all the time.
Yeah, but I'm certainly looking forward to the decline of Daniel Jones. I need that for my division.
You do.
You might have to worry about the Texans now too.
Yeah, you allowed them to keep some life. That could have been nail in the coffin for them.
Yeah, it should have been nail in the coffin, but the bright side is the Colts. They've got not an easy road coming up ahead of them. They're on a bye this week, but then they have the Chiefs, Texans, the Jags, the Seahawks, Niners, Jags, and Texans. So
Really
those
tough.
are all teams that are could absolutely they could lose every single one of those games. I don't expect them to by any means, but they could lose every single one of those games.
It's tough to bail because I do also believe is if you have an easy schedule in the NFL to start the year, whether it's the first 6, 8, 9, 10, whatever, I believe that builds momentum and you pass a point to where, okay, it doesn't matter who we've played. Our record is what our record is. And now we're just going to play with that confidence, play with that ability. They made the move for Sauce at the deadline. I don't know how did he even play on Sunday?
He did. And he did not look great.
Good.
So he looked okay.
One game into, just traded on Tuesday.
Yeah,
there's
then
always
has to
that
fly to
highlight
Germany. Fly to Germany to play again. So we'll give it has the.
I'll give him
The
some
2-point
slack,
conversion. He got tripped, and then that's what went on social media.
but, I mean, he tripped himself, but yes, he tripped.
He fell, and that's what got posted. But he did a good job on Drake London.
Also, did Sauce
Drake
Gardner,
London had a hell of a day.
He did have a hell of a day. Did Sauce Gardner cash in on 2 bye weeks this year?
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
Did the Jets have a bye yet or no? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna double check that right now.
They've
I
had
think
to
they
have a
already
bye.
had their bye.
Because wasn't there that whole thing with Aaron Glenn with the quarterback situation where
They had their
reevaluate it?
Yeah, they had their bye week 9. So
Nice little
He-
cash in for Mr.
he got
Sauce.
to take off 2 weeks ago, played this week, and he gets to take off next week.
Could get a first round bye too at this pace.
They could. I think to what Jack said,
Unexpected.
that schedule's tricky down the stretch. And they all already lost to the Steelers, who looked horrific on Sunday Night Football, by the way.
And the Broncos probably still have to play the Chiefs twice too, right? It's probably Denver and Indianapolis fighting for that 1 seed right now.
The Broncos have 2 meetings with the Chiefs left on their tab.
Who else am I forgetting? It's the Colts, the Chiefs, and then the Patriots, I guess.
Patriots, Bills.
The Patriots will get the bye. They have a joke of a schedule.
Yeah, they've just been rolling. Again, another team. You build the momentum, and
their next 3 are against the Jets, the Bengals, and the Giants.
Patriots.
Dude, this is a ridiculous.
Is the
schedule.
Giants game in New York?
Yes.
Also, by the way, they just went down to Tampa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They just went down
They'll
talking
beat
about
them.
the Patriots. They went down and beat a very good Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. So the schedule is easy, but a good win for them yesterday or 2 days
They're
ago.
good. They're good.
It's a banged up Bucs team. They're a first round exit. They're a first round exit.
I have been seeing some comparisons with them and the Vikings team that lost to Daniel Jones and the Giants. They won all those 1-score games in 22. I think the Patriots are a little better than that Vikings team was.
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say because of the coach, but I didn't hate O'Connell.
I don't think the Patriots can go to Arrowhead in the playoffs and win. Probably can't go to Buffalo in the playoffs and win. They might host Buffalo.
I was gonna say I don't know if they can host either of those teams and win.
I think they could.
I guess
Buffalo.
they could host at this rate.
They could beat Buffalo.
Buffalo is so weird.
They are
Kansas City. The Kansas City they won't beat. They could beat Buffalo though, at Buffalo or at home. Which the way it's looking is they're not going to have to go to Buffalo in a playoff scenario. But I like the Patriots against the Bills. Against the Chiefs, I could totally see the Chiefs going into Foxborough and knocking off the Patriots in an AFC Championship game.
Did you see that headline?
That means the Patriots are winning a game or 2.
Well, we'll get the bye, win the divisional round against the Colts, and host the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an absolute cakewalk to an AFC Championship game.
That's what the path is kind of looking like right now.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that, but they could get
Colts
the
would probably
Chiefs in
be
the
the
divisional round.
They probably get the Chiefs or the Bills in the divisional.
All right, I don't know. Okay. Hypothetical. If they play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game in Foxborough, Patrick Mahomes goes in there and wins, and I think wins convincingly, and it's not really a sweat.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's
which isn't saying much.
I don't think anybody's arguing that with you.
Bold scenario, but
let's talk about some AFC contenders and would they or would they not beat the Patriots, the Bills in the playoffs?
I got the Pats.
I think they would.
Okay. How about
who were you saying, Brian?
I think the Bills would
beat
win.
The Pats?
Yes.
I don't like McDermott. I think he's a fraud.
We talked about LaFleur. No, that's his name. Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur. Yeah. We talked about him not playing Josh Jacobs. Sean McDermott, I don't know what his deal is with James Cook, but to get off the field. I know it probably didn't cost him against Miami, but he's just an idiot. Kind of self-owned myself there.
Yeah. He was the one that when we were talking about coaches earlier that might be on the hot seat, it was kind of stirring in my head a little bit. The way that their season's gone.
Hold on, McDermott's on the hot seat, but Stefanski's not.
Josh Allen against Dylan Gabriel and the vast mediocrity that is there.
You're talking about running it back and just not expecting something. What did the
No, I agree, but I just To throw the guy under the bus that quickly.
I'm not ready to say fire his ass. Definitely not. Let's see how this year goes. The playoffs is where it matters. I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs, right? I mean, you'd think. So they're going to be in the playoffs.
Regressed.
It seems
honestly
like
better
it's
last
not
year
a
and
lock.
even better the year before.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a lock that the Bills are in the playoffs, which is already showing me he might be on the hot seat. But if they can manage to make their way into the playoffs, win the division or not, don't really care. They can make the playoffs and maybe go beat Patrick Mahomes for once or make a Super Bowl. He's not getting fired then.
Wait, they'll make the playoffs.
They'll make the playoffs. I don't think they'll do much with it.
They just have to be better than the Steelers.
They'll get a wild card at a minimum.
No, the Steelers could win the division.
Well, then better than the Ravens. It'll be either the wild card will be
there's 2 wild card spots.
There's 3 now, right?
Patriots, Colts, Broncos lead their divisions.
The Chiefs will get in.
Let's include like the Ravens.
I'm putting the Chiefs and the Chargers in, and then the second team.
Chiefs, Chargers, and then you have Bills or the Steelers, Ravens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's already too many though.
It'll be the Bills against the second team in that North because I'm putting the Chargers and the Chiefs both in.
Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos all in.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Bills or the second team in the North make the wild card.
Yeah, and that's going to be the Steelers. The Ravens are going to win that division.
Brian, you're not understanding. It's either them or the Bills make the wild card.
That's what. Yeah, no, I'm saying we're talking about the same thing.
Okay.
I'm saying either the Bills or the Steelers
will make the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay, that's where you're at.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm putting the Chargers and the Chiefs in ahead over the Bills.
I don't think a second AFC North team gets in.
Because the Jags are getting in?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But there's a chance.
It's not opening the door. It's not shutting it.
I think there's a better shot that a second AFC East team gets in or an AFC South team gets in than a second AFC North team in.
I mean, Tomlin's going to go 500.
Is he?
So does he finish 2 games over 500? And then can the Bills finish 2 games over 500? The Bills have lost now to the Dolphins. And I guess the Patriots isn't a bad loss, but they're losing these games that
the Falcons was a bad loss.
They're losing these games they shouldn't lose. You can only lose so many before.
Well, what's also ridiculous is the Patriots lost week 1 to the Raiders. Which really tells you what the hell's going on.
Imagine they get the 1, and then the 3 teams in the Raiders division get in, but not the Raiders, and they lost to the Raiders. That's a hell of a
Pete Carroll. He's got a little bit of magic. Use it all up week 1.
Are we out on the Panthers going to the NFC?
Really needed that win yesterday to get to 6-4. Really, really, really needed that. Especially with the Buccaneers loss, that would have put them half a game back, right? Because they would have been tied for wins, but one more loss. They would have been 6-4. The Bucs would have been 6-3. Really, really tough. I'm not out. I think they can still achieve sleeper team greatness. I don't know that we've established what that is yet, but I think already to this point, just being 5-5 going into week 11 has, achieved sleeper team greatness. No, people didn't have them winning 3 games.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I'm with you, Matt. I'm willing to say that I was wrong about the Panthers this year on my preseason predictions. And obviously the easy schedule helps, but they've had some nice wins along the way. The blinders, as Brian correctly pointed out very early on, the blinders were on because they played the Jags week 1, and I needed them to suck. But I can appreciate the Panthers season for what it's been. And,
yes, but
the NFC South is not, that door's not closed. I still expect the Bucs to win it, but with the way that they're banged up and can't beat the Patriots, I mean, it seems like nobody can beat the Patriots right now, but there's a chance. There's definitely a chance.
We're going to be doing the sleeper teams every year I think a good indicator for getting the win would be if they're in the hunt, on the in the hunt graphic by week 16. That's a successful sleeper call. As long as they're just on the in the hunt graphic.
This seems very arbitrary, Brian.
It gotta be a little bit more than that. Or like week 16, give them like week 12. Week 16 is nuts.
Still 2 months of the season left.
Week 16, the freaking the whole playoff bracket's filled out by then.
No. Okay, week 14.
Very close.
Week 14. No, there's so many spots up for grabs. Like the last week of the season, there's normally 2 or 3 spots up for grabs.
I don't think it's
2 or 3, yeah, which isn't crazy.
Yeah, and then it's like 4 or 5 in the second to last week, and then week 16 would be like 5 or 6.
I don't know.
I'll put it down to week 14. 14. That'll be a month of the season left. Week 14 if they're in the hunt graphic.
I just feel like more than halfway through the season, if they're in the hunt, that's a sleeper team. They've exceeded expectations. They're in the hunt halfway through the season.
All right.
No, I'm on this. I think we need a little more than halfway. I don't know if week 16 being
week 16 seems a little nuts.
90% of the weeks, whatever that is.
I said week 12.
I mean, they put teams in the hunt with like a 1% chance of winning just to get people to watch the game.
They do. I don't know. 16 didn't sit right with me. That's all.
14 game season.
I like week 12.
All right, we'll split it down the middle. Week 13.
Yeah, but do you really want to settle on 13? I'll do 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I like 14.
I'm not settled. You want to sit on?
14 makes me happy.
All right, 14.
I can live with 14.
We'll see how it goes. Look, year 1. We can always change it for next year.
Lots of tweaks left. A lot of ball left. What else happened? Oh, we had 2 games in the 4 o'clock window finished 44-22. That's where it only happened once before in 1967. And then we get it twice within an hour.
All the favorites won and all the overs hit. That was your NFL Week 10 Sunday 4 o'clock slate.
Yeah, that was a pretty awesome slate. You had 3 teams hit 40 points. One in each game, I believe. So it was a lot of fun. The Rams looked really good. They're really good. They are. The Lions looked really good too. Definitely 2 teams that are going to be competing in the NFC.
Yeah, I forget if I think I picked the Packers to beat the Rams in my NFC Championship game. I wish I would have done that the other way around. Because the Rams look really good.
Wow, no respect for Matt's Eagles.
Well, you both picked the Eagles, so I think I just wanted to be different, and I didn't want to put the Eagles there again. The Lions, though, back on track. Jahmyr Gibbs, the 5th player ever before the age of 24 with 40-plus touchdowns from scrimmage.
Run-heavy offense. Good offense. Great accomplishment, but not surprising.
Yeah. I think I was more surprised by the stat earlier where Jared Goff is 2nd in the NFL in touchdown passes. So with him doing that, 2nd in the NFL on top of all the rushing success and, Jahmyr Gibbs' success, just shows how complete this offense is with or without Ben Johnson.
Well, Ben Johnson may have been a little overhyped because Dan Campbell took over the play calling this week, and they looked really good. So maybe it was more Dan Campbell than we gave him credit for when Ben Johnson was there.
Seems like it, but, at the same time, the Bears they're in a good spot. It was a little bit of a shaky start, but they're 6-3 now.
Are they a real 6-3 though? They beat the Commanders because Jaden Daniels forgot how to receive a snap. Then they beat the Giants because Brian Daboll and Jackson Dart.
They also have wins against the Bengals, Saints, Raiders, and Cowboys. So, yes, I understand your point. No, are they a real 6-3? I don't think that they're, by any stretch of the imagination, a playoff contender. I mean, they might make the playoffs, but they're not a playoff win. They're not winning a playoff game.
No, they probably will make the playoffs because the East might only get one. East will only get one team. The West will
East-
get two.
East will get one. The West will get two, maybe three, if the Niners can stay healthy enough. The Seahawks and the Rams will definitely be there.
Then the North, you have to really give them two.
Packers, Lions,
Oh, I forgot
maybe
about
the Bears.
So it'll be the
maybe
Bears
Vikings.
against the Niners, essentially. Bears, Vikings, Niners for that last spot.
Bears, Vikings, Niners, maybe the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could put the Panthers there. That'll be a fun race. Yeah, the Panthers
That
will
will
be
be a
in the
fun
hunt
race.
till the end.
Yeah,
They will or
With
won't?
that crop of teams,
they
Yeah.
should be.
They should be. Where obviously a lot depends on what happens tonight, but what seed did the Eagles finish with out of the NFC?
3.
Who's ahead of them?
The Rams will get the 1. The Lions will get the 2. Eagles 3. Seahawks 4. Bears 5. Niners 6.
Doesn't it go to 7 now?
Yeah.
Panthers.
Panthers 7.
I think we got ourselves I don't know, Matt. You think the Eagles are going to take the 1 spot?
I mean, it helps they hold the tiebreaker over the Rams that Brian's convinced is getting the number 1 seed. So that already sways in the Eagles' favor. They control their own destiny. They play the Packers tonight. They got the Lions at home next Sunday night. They follow up with Dallas. They're playing the top NFC teams this year. I mean, they already beat the Rams. If they beat the Packers tonight and they beat the Lions next week, those are 3 teams that are, right there fighting with them for the number 1 seed. So the destiny's in their control. It all depends on them executing. Starts tonight.
You can call me a hater. I just put the Rams there because they have the extra win already. I know the Eagles get the same amount of wins tonight, but the Eagles, they also have to go to Buffalo. We talked about Buffalo, but go to LA. You have the Packers. You play the Lions. The Rams just seem safer.
Yeah, I like.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying it helps already owning the tiebreaker
It
by
does.
beating them.
Well, I'll make it fun, and I'll go with the Lions here.
To take the 1 seed.
Take the 1 seed. I'll go with the Lions to take the 1 seed. Eagles at the 2. I'll give the Rams the 3. And then whoever wins the South at the 4 spot. And then the Seahawks at 5.
Oh,
That's what I forgot.
We said Panthers at 7, but you forgot the Buccaneers.
I guess you got to put the Panthers at 4. They're winning the South.
The Buccaneers. We can't
Bucks at 4. Yeah, Bucks at 4. I mean, I don't know what you guys are on right now.
Brian.
Forgot about that division.
Yeah.
Seahawks at 5.
Well, we did it, but
Packers
I
at
did.
6.
Well, yeah, kind of.
put the Panthers at 7. But
It'll be Niners, Bears, and maybe the Panthers for that 7 spot.
Eagles, Rams, Lions, Bucks, Seahawks. I think those are interchangeable. What am I at? 5?
Yeah.
Well, I just gave you 4 or 5 with Bucks, Seahawks. 6 would be the. Did I say the Packers? I guess you got to throw. I guess you throw them 5 and the Seahawks 6, or no?
Seahawks are 7-2.
Seattle, you got to. Okay, Packers 6. They don't feel like the 6.
They were the 6 last year, right?
No, 7.
Oh,
So
the
maybe
Eagles. Yeah, they would.
Eagles
the
were
2
2.
plays the 7 because
Yeah,
the 1 gets the bye.
they used to be 2 buys. Now it's just 1 buy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The NFC's tricky this year.
Who do you got at 7, Matt?
Give me the Panthers. Why not? Give me them. Why quit
man.
now?
Yeah, right.
We're mid-November.
They've proved you right to this point.
Why give up on them now?
Is there any
They're
games
there. They're in the hunt, as Brian likes to use.
They're going to be in the hunt for a while. With the way the NFC, I mean, we just went through it, and I don't think it'll be set in stone until
6-4 would have looked a hell of a lot better.
it would have.
6-4, they're like legit.
When did the Rams play the Seahawks again?
I don't know, but they still got to beat each other up too.
The Rams play the Seahawks next week. Oh no, they get a. That is next week. Yeah,
That's this upcoming week, and then they play again week 16. That'll be a good game.
Oh, the Rams do not have an easy schedule. Got Seattle, Tampa Bay, in North Carolina to play the Panthers. Cardinals,
Tricky.
Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, Cardinals. So it's not.
The Panthers will get up for that game.
Derek Brown, a couple sacks.
Yeah, they'll get. They might not win.
End Stafford's career.
Maybe
Ends his MVP season.
That could be the
Maybe.
game. Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Did anybody see President Donald Trump on the Fox broadcast yesterday?
Jonathan Vilma trying to do the 6-7 jokes in front of him.
Dude, ridiculous.
I did not catch that. I did see him giving some sort of speech or whatever. But yeah, at the Commanders game in DC, makes sense.
Makes sense. The flyover for me was the coolest part. Air Force One that low over the stadium. Probably had some people rattled, to be honest with you.
I assume if Air Force One did the flyover, he flew on Air Force One to the game, which just seems like a terrible waste of resources.
He's already in DC. I don't know. I think it was just a fly. I mean, they do flyovers. This isn't the first time they've done a flyover.
No, but I'm just like, it's his plane. So did he take the plane to fly 10 minutes?
I think he was already in DC, and maybe they took off, did a flyover, and landed like they do with any Army helicopter, any stealth jet, any whatever in the military.
I'm gonna guess that he wasn't on the plane. He probably just took
not during the flyover.
That's what. So what are we?
So what are you saying then?
So what are you saying? Did he use the jet to go over to the game?
Yeah, to like a residential airport in near Landover.
I
think
think
DWI is slightly closer than.
I don't think that happened.
I
think Air Force One took off, did a 10-minute fly over the stadium, and then landed like they do with any other flyover.
And he probably watched the entire thing from the box.
Yes,
in the stadium.
It just like you could do a flyover with a stealth bomber. So the fact it was Air Force One makes me think he took Air Force One to like a regional airport in Landover, Maryland. And then,
I don't know the logistics behind it, but I don't think that's what happened.
I would have to imagine wherever they park that thing is not too far of a flight from the stadium, and they just circled the jet.
I think it took off at one of the big airports that it takes off. Maybe a military. Do they park it at a military base? I don't know. Did a 30-minute flight around the stadium, and then went and landed.
So he drove this flight.
I think he went in the presidential.
Maybe they took a chopper. Who knows, Brian?
I
don't think
a chopper. That's actually a good call.
No, he probably went in the presidential limousine, and they brought him underneath the stadium, and then he took the secret elevator up to the booth.
Yeah,
and then
that's probably got it right.
Brought him back down, got in the presidential limousine, and the escorted the whole motorcade back to the White House. I don't think it's that deep.
It's really not. I can't believe we just talked about this for so long.
The logistics of getting the president 10 minutes down the road.
Well, we know logistics is your thing, Matt, but
that doesn't take a rocket scientist.
Bombers more than Air Force One.
I agree. I thought it was cool. Air Force One flyover was cool. Stealth bomber's probably a little cooler.
He should have skydived out of Air Force One.
Yeah, I'd respect you more. Not that I don't respect you for having this take, but I would agree with you more, I guess, if you were saying, hey, why are we not showing off the military? Because Veterans Day is on Tuesday today.
Well, they did a halftime thing. That's why he was there.
Yeah, I know, but is the Air Force One military or is the stealth bomber military?
Well, I think the Air Force was technically a military.
It is, but
transport.
I don't know.
Is that correct?
It's part of the military.
It's the commander in chief, right? It's the commander in chief's plane.
It's still the military, but you know what I mean. Veterans Day. When you think of Veterans Day, do you think of an attack helicopter, a stealth bomber, or do you think Air Force One? If you're sitting here, you're just looking for a fight. If you're going to tell me Air Force One, you're just looking to argue. Anyway.
I didn't realize he played tight end back in the day.
I didn't either.
And that's when Vilma tried to do the 6-7 joke. It's like, oh, if you were catching passes from Jaden Daniels, well, you would have caught 6-7 touchdowns.
And how did Trump respond?
It went right over his head.
I think it probably went right over his head.
Good.
Yeah, I'm glad he did not understand that reference.
Yeah, that makes it feel a little bit better.
Kenny Albert was also trying to talk up Jonathon Vilma, like, oh, yeah, he won a Super Bowl, played for that Miami team, and Trump just had no idea who he was.
It's like, didn't you play for the Jets for 10 years, dude? No one knows who you are.
It looks brutally cold in Green Bay. That cannot be fun.
Brutally cold all around the country right now.
Cannot be fun.
Good old frozen tundra. Seems like a Saquon 200-yard game.
Josh Jacobs Monday Night Miracle.
How many points do you need?
About as much as Jonathon Taylor put up against me.
Well, it's happened before.
I need 33.
Oh, that's not
the end of the world.
Yeah, you get 2 touchdowns, 100 yards.
I'm down 33. I got Josh Jacobs and Christian Watson.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns from Jacobs, 100 yards rushing, and then Watson catches a touchdown.
Well, we'll check back in if the 11% win probability goes up.
That should be more like 17, 18. Put it up 6-7 percentage points.
Good luck.
All right, Jack, how do our reviews from 400 Fantasy League go?
Oh, you want an update from the views from 400 Fantasy League? I got a fantasy update for you. All right.
Let's do it.
Cooper DeJean and Rippin' Darts get their 5th straight win this week.
Wow.
They're looking good. They'll be matching up.
Bad end of the Rippin' Darts, 180 points.
It happens. Win some, you lose some.
It's a tough dart to swallow.
Nice. Yeah, Rippin' Darts put on a show, and so did Cooper DeJean, but he had an easy one against our friend Sydney Sweeney's GNTs. They'll both be matching up with some solid teams, a 3-6 team and a 6-3 team. So we'll see who can keep their win streak going longer. I'll be taking pole position of number 1 for most points for after this 190-point week. I sit at 5-5.
Welcome to the club.
Outside of the playoff race. But, hopefully we can keep the points rolling and not get scored on so much. Maybe the defense can improve. And last but not least, Cooper DeJean and Njigba's Die Every Day move to 8-2, all but clinching their playoff berths. So shout out to Cooper DeJean and Nick Stewart.
Yeah, my team's in a free fall. Is the trade window still open?
Yeah, I think this is the last week.
Yeah, I gotta get on the phones.
What are you looking for?
Keep this behind closed doors.
I'll give you a call on the ringer after this.
You'll know if I'm interested. There will be sides.
Understood. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Brian, how's your team doing?
Not great. That's what happens when you draft Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, and Jade Daniels with your first 3 picks. Might have found something in J.J. McCarthy, though. Kenneth Walker's a bum. J.K. Dobbins is a bum. Alec Pierce was a big waiver wire pickup for me.
J.K. Dobbins is having a good season.
Yeah, but the last couple of weeks have not been good out of him. And Theo Johnson has been good. That's been a bright spot.
So yeah, that's great. Sounds like you got yourself a great team there.
I'm not going to make the playoffs.
I'm still 6-3, about to drop 6-4. Look, it could be in a worse situation.
Could be me.
Could be Brian. So at least there's wins there. Can maybe sneak around and do something with. I don't know. But before we hop off the show, let's talk. Since we get no update whatsoever, there hasn't been an update for 5 months. Maybe we can try and help the people out who play fantasy football and have been rostering this guy for months. Doesn't look great. Texans are holding out hope, but where is Joe Mixon?
I mean, this is a guy that I wanted no part of coming into the year, but yeah.
Well, let's help the people out, Jack. The people who did want a part of him.
Look,
where is he?
I cannot tell you where he is.
Nobody can. The GM can't even.
I can tell you what's going on in the Texans running back room. You've got the veteran Nick Chubb.
Because nobody's taking the job.
Nobody's
running away with that job.
No one's running away with it. But I will say you got the veteran Nick Chubb, who still has a little bit of a punch, a couple carries a game. And then you got the rookie Woody Marks, who is developing. You know, I'm not going to say that he's an all-world back, but he's, you know, for a guy who's getting a lot of touches in his rookie year of the NFL, he's definitely doing more and more.
I like
with
that
them.
word. He's developing.
Yes, but, you know, there's no one that compares to Joe Mixon of last year. You know, that part of their running game is of their offense is just non-existent.
Non-existent. There's been no update. Like, you can't like why are we playing like the secrecy game, right? Like, just rule them out for the year, run with running back by committee or whatever that looks like, and Woody Marks and Nick Chubb, and move on. But give the fans, give the fantasy owners. They said it's tough and complicated. He's got a foot injury. Like, what injuries haven't they seen in the NFL at this point? In modern 2025, how is there no timetable? What isn't healing properly? The guy hasn't worked out in 5 months, 6 months, or however long it's been. He's been out forever. What's the update?
You know, the one thing I'll say is
there's nothing.
He's
worse than Trey Mason.
It's borderline.
Well, we at least learned that he was hiding in grandma's basement.
Right. Yeah, we don't know what Joe Mixon is.
No, the thing with Joe Mixon is this was an injury that was sustained outside of football, like outside of the organization with the Texans. So, you know, this is almost like a job of Chamberlain. I went jumping on the trampoline with my kids, and now, like, my leg is in 3 pieces. Like, that very well could be what happened to Joe Mixon for all we know. And if that happens to you as an NFL running back, you're not playing. So you don't know. You know, if it was on the field or in practice, you would know every detail about it. But because it was in the offseason, away from the organization, away from the league, we don't know.
We have no idea. But you would think there'd be an update.
I think they said he might.
He could very well be intentionally off the grid so people don't know how bad this injury is. Like, I really don't know.
Is that what that was, though? It was like the injury happened away from the Texans facility, away from practice. Obviously wasn't in a game.
During the offseason, away from football, it was like he went on like the non-football injury list or whatever.
Yeah. went paintballing with his buddies and snapped his leg.
Right? Like shark bite to the calf. I mean, I got no idea.
But it's I think a fascinating concept of like this guy was borderline all pro last year. Maybe I don't know what maybe was he an all pro? I don't know. Was he close? I don't know. But he had a very productive year for the Houston Texans. To go from that to hey, he's on the non-football injury list and we'll have an update in 4 weeks. And every time that 4-week expiration, we come to that expiration, we just get another, hey, we'll reevaluate in 4 weeks. I think
it's something more,
there needs to be more transparency with the media, the fans. They should be held more accountable than just being able to refresh the clock on giving an update. It can't just, okay, in 4 weeks, that's when you want to give an update? Like, give a legitimate update, not, hey, he's still not going to play. In 4 weeks, we'll re-update. Like, I think that's a cop-out, bogus BS. If the guy screwed up outside of football, he's making millions of dollars. That's his bed to lay in.
Yeah, well, there's probably a whole behind-the-scenes thing because he's making millions of dollars. Maybe his lawyers are telling him not to disclose as much of the injury as possible. Then his contract will get voided. So it's a mess.
Right. It is a mess. And all we got is it's, tricky and complicated. It's a foot injury. We don't really know what kind of it. It just says foot injury. Like, we don't even know what kind of injury it is.
It might not even be a foot injury. Like,
it's a top 8 running back.
It could be dead.
League last year.
I didn't want to say it, but Brian did.
Where he is. We have no idea. We have no idea where he is. No clue.
Was he in the car with Rashee Rice? We don't know.
It helps that he's in Houston, and the media clearly doesn't care either.
Bunch of thugs.
All right, that's where we'll end the show.
Where is Joe Mixon?
If anyone has any details onto the whereabouts of Joe Mixon, please let us know. Maybe we'll have to get Pablo Torre on the show to go through a deep dive. But we'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll see if Matt's happy after this Monday Night Football game. Did you find a way to watch this Monday Night Football game?
I don't have a foolproof plan, but I have a plan.
Okay.
I have concepts of a plan.
That's all you can ask for.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm either going to legal stream it, and I have a dive bar less than 30-second walk from me that has cable that I know will have the game on. So if can I say it on? If the stream that I'm going to use doesn't work properly, I'll probably end up getting fed up and walk to the dive bar. I'd rather not have to do that, but I gotta watch the game, man. Gotta watch the game. This is for the NFC.
Yeah,
we're
Brian,
close.
I fully expect you to send me a link.
I'll find one.
Yeah, Brian, can you help the people out?
Yeah, I was kind of planning to go to the apartment gym and just watch it on their cable and maybe walk for 3 hours.
I mean, dude, it's
you gonna bring in some nachos on the treadmill at halftime.
It might have to.
You might have to. It's two of the top teams of the NFC on Monday Night Football, and they're starving the YouTube TV community.
Yeah, I saw JJ Watt tweeting about it earlier today too.
I mean, this isn't Cowboys Cardinals last week where I was completely fine not watching.
Did you see the Disney CEO is hopping on the Manning cast to plead with his customers that can't watch the Manning cast?
What the hell is that going to do? Or for what?
Brain dead.
Counterproductive. You're going to get all the. You're not going to be able. Nobody's going to be able to watch. You plead with who?
And all the people.
So that we can watch it on Twitter an hour later?
All the people that are trying to watch this game that aren't going to the Manning cast. They're just going to go to whatever they can find.
It's a total joke. Total joke. It's sickening, really. All we want to do is watch our sports, man. Billionaires fighting over billions of dollars. Sickening.
They've been in a downfall since the Lilo and Stitch remake, but that's all I have.
Yeah. YouTube TV, YouTube TV, Disney, whoever it is, come to an agreement. And I want an update on Joe Mixon. Those are my 2 takeaways from this show.
Which would you rather have first?
Joe Mixon.
Jack?
NFL, I'll get back next week for the Eagles when they're back on Fox or Sunday Night Football and NBC. Mixon is crickets. I need an update.
Mixon or Disney on YouTube TV, Jack?
Oh, Jack wants Disney.
Bro, give
He
me
doesn't give
the
2 fucks
football
about
back. I don't give
Joe
a shit
Mixon.
about Joe Mixon.
It's a division rival.
Go kick rocks, bro.
Yeah, he wants the guy to stay missing.
All right, go kick rocks, Disney.
I hate Houston, and I'm out.